everybody. How you doing? You're in for a great show. My name is Raquel Rains, and you're watching Fred's Pro Football Picks. Fred, throw me the ball.
What? 95!
Hey, come on in here.
Oh, yeah, all right. Wow, what a week we had. Raquel.
Yes?
Guess how many winners we had?
How many?
We had 13 out of 16 winners with the spread. With the spread.
You're good.
Wow, I don't know how good I am, but I'll tell you what, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. After 12 years of this show,
Yeah.
I'm finally getting good at picking.
Man.
I made everybody go broke, though, so nobody has any money left. Anyway, listen, tonight, we got, not Monday night. We got Thursday night football. Vito's waiting for your pick, everybody. Vito's waiting for your pick, and guess who's playing? The Steelers at the Brown Noses. The Steelers at the Browns. Yeah, we got the Steelers. All right. Yeah. We got the Steelers at the Browns, plus 4.5 and 30.5. Who do you like? Who do you like here?
I'm going to say the Bears.
The Bears, yeah.
Is it working tonight, or I got to pull this one?
You know what's weird tonight? I put all
all right.
in order, and they're all out of
All
order.
right.
I don't know how they got there. But anyway, I think the ghost from Bella Beans got us. Yeah, he followed me here tonight. The ghost from Bella Beans got me tonight.
He's known for that.
Anyway, we got the first pick of the night. The Steelers at the Browns. This is big, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have the phone for them to call in, Brian. What's that? Yeah, but I don't have my phone. All right. You know what? Okay. I'll get the phone after this. Anyway, I'm just showing everybody. Well, you know what? After we do the song. So Steelers at the Browns, everybody. The Browns are the Steelers are plus 4.5 at the Browns. But you know something? I'm taking the Browns. I thought about it. I'm saying, the Steelers, listen, they don't have Roethlisberger anymore. He ran out of cheese. He said, yeah, well, you know what? He crashed right into a pole with his motorcycle.
Whoa.
About 5 years ago. So, he took a beating. He came back. He almost brought him to the Super Bowl again. But he had 2 Super Bowls. He was happy. He's watching the games like us. He's bottom feeding, betting. Wait, now I got a call.
We got some calls coming in.
I got calls coming in.
All right.
All right. No? All right. I'll get it. I'm gonna get back to you. Hold on. All right. Wow. There goes my well, you got the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Wait a minute. All right, I'll get her back. Anyway, call back. All right, so the Steelers at the Browns are taking the Browns, even though I'm laying the 4.5, and here comes the flag.
Oh.
Wow, the Brown noses. Look at that. Oh, Raquel, wait a minute. Everything's going haywire. Yes, caller.
It's Bloop, Pittsburgh.
They're all calling me, but they can't get through. All right, forget about it. Steelers at the Browns are taking the Steelers. Texans plus 2.5 at the Bears. Texans at the Bears. Yeah, let me see what they do. Yeah.
It's Bloop, Texas and the Bears.
No voice?
Texas.
No voice.
No, I hear one thing he said.
It says there's no voice on there, Brian.
No voice. Don't worry the
All right. Yeah. That's not you?
Did you turn us up? Make sure
all
the
right,
volume.
hold on a second, everybody. We gotta call Kenny, Brian. All right, we'll be there in a minute. Hold on. Wow, there's no voice. I don't understand. How could there not be any voice? Yep. All right, they'll fix it. They'll fix it.
Maybe she needs to turn the volume up.
Wow. The voice. All right. We'll get it in 1 minute. 1 minute. All right. No, it'll come up. Yeah. Is it good now? Oh, it's been working. All right. The voice is working. working. Yeah, let me call Bella Beans. Yeah, John.
Hey, John.
What's up, John?
You got voice, I got John.
Oh, all right. Somebody's calling up to say I don't have voice or anything. Anyway, we got
Come on.
Bella Beans. We got the Browns in the first game. Who do you like?
You know what I like, Freddie. Come on, who knows it?
I don't know. The Steelers? Oh, you. All right. Listen, we can't talk long. We gotta get to the picks. John? All right, he got spooked. John got spooked. All right.
It's that ghost chasing
Yeah,
him around.
the ghost. Anyway, we had voice, right? So what are you gonna do? Texans plus 2.5. Bloop, I'm gonna kill him. Texans at the Bears.
The Bears.
I'm gonna take in this game. I'm taking the. Oh man.
Texas
Bears,
and
right?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bears. The Bears. The Lions, the Titans, the Bears. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna do our song for. Yeah.
Texas and Pittsburgh all the way.
Yeah. No, that's it. Don't call no more. That's it. I'm not taking any calls unless you're anybody but Sal and my mom. Don't call. All right. The Raiders minus 2.5 at 45.5 Titans. The Raiders in this game, everybody. The Raiders big. So we got the Browns,
Pittsburgh Steelers.
the Bears, and the Raiders.
Good choice.
All right. We'll
And-
do one more since we're going ahead a little bit. All right. In this game,
The Bears.
minus 6.5
I take.
at the Colts. 6.5. Take the I'm going to take the Chiefs. All right, I'll take the Chiefs. Even though that's a weird. That should be a lot more. That should be higher than spread.
I take the Chiefs all the way.
Well, the only thing is at the Colts. The Colts got cremated last week. 6.5. I'm taking the Chiefs and under. Chiefs they're going crazy on defense lately.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Chiefs and under. And then the Lions at the Vikings. This I like a lot in this game. Plus 6. I'm going to take
Chiefs
the
and
Lions
under.
plus the 6. But they're going to the Vikings. But I think the Lions know how to play the Vikings. Plus 6. Maybe they'll lose by 3. Maybe. And then the Barge will come out. Anyway, that's it. And listen, every week we do an American song for our great country of ours. And we got one of the best singers ever out there, Raquel. And she's going to sing it for you. She's America the Beautiful, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
We did 2 other songs in the last 2 weeks. Now we're going to do America the Beautiful. And hope you enjoy it, everybody. Raquel on Facebook of the week. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, the spacious skies. Oh, ramblers waves of grain.
Bless America.
All burn around. His majesty.
Holy shit.
All right, Raquel, everybody, on Fred's Pro Football Picks of the Week. What a great version of the song. I mean, you really sang that with a lot of love for America, you know?
I love America.
Yeah.
We love you all.
Without America, we can never do a show like this
It's
because
true.
in other countries, there's not freedom. We got the freedom, everybody.
Yes.
So stay strong and
Unite
with the right people.
Yes.
Anyway, so the Lions at the Vikings, we took the Lions, right? We took the Lions, everybody. The Bills, -6 at the Dolphins. Now, this is the game of the week, everybody. Now, you think the Miami, let me ask you something. You watch the game. If you're watching the game, you're a football analyst, whatever. Drew's on the phone. He thinks he's got a winner. All right, Drew, what do you got?
I picked the one last week, Detroit, and this week at +6.
Detroit plus...
I'm going to take them again.
What, Minnesota?
No, Detroit.
Detroit, yes. We picked them, yes.
Yep, that's my pick.
How'd you like the new American song that we did this week?
And Detroit all the way.
The only thing is the sound. I'm not hearing your broadcast on the sound.
Well, everybody else is hearing it. I just talked to somebody, they're hearing it fine, Drew.
Oh, really? Oh, so maybe, you know what? Maybe it's the television on television.
Yeah, it's got to be a television. Because the sound is coming out good.
Oh, okay. All right. Good luck. Sounds great.
All right, Drew. Now, yeah, so then it was their TV.
Yeah.
All right, Miami at Buffalo. No, actually, the Bills at Dolphins. I am taking, guess who? And if you watch the game, you got to look at Miami. They're playing like monsters right now. And they got Tyree from Kansas City.
Okay.
And they got another great receiver. They're firing all pistons. They can, at any time, they can explode on the field.
Wow.
Yeah, they're that good. But the Bills, they got... Well, yeah, but the Bills haven't shown that great a defense last year. I mean, this year they look pretty good, but they didn't play anybody. They got a team now they're going to play here. I'm taking Miami. Take it with 20 stars, everybody. I'm taking Dolphins. Let it go. When you look at Flipper, does anybody watch
Of
Flipper?
course,
Remember Flipper?
yes, of course.
They call me Flipper, Flipper, under the sea. That was a great show, right? Flipper.
Yep.
Whatever happened to McGill Gorilla?
And you know, speaking of Flipper,
Yeah.
don't we need to pay some homage to our sponsors?
The sponsors, right? We got Bella Bean Cafe. They got, oh, wow, they got everything.
We got Oriental.
Oriental Plaza.
Yeah.
We got High Tobacco. We got Diddly D, Bagel and Deli. I missed it, so. Oh, AJC Advisors.
Oh, okay.
They invest your money wisely.
Nice. If I had some.
Yeah, well, you got to invest your money wisely. you got to invest your money wisely. If you don't, you're in trouble, especially these days. But you know what? I invest in livestock. You know what that is?
Animals?
Yeah, horses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, the thoroughbred.
Oh, the racing.
The livestock.
I thought you meant what we
Well, look, livestock, this is another form of, laying down your money. But listen, you got to just, listen, when you lose a couple of games, you got to say, okay, I'm on a losing streak. That's it. And you quit. Fred's Pro Football Picks, they talk about how to gamble, why to gamble, and when to gamble. And when to gamble is when you got an extra $1,000 in your pocket that you don't need. And you just say, whee! Just throw it up in the air. And you know what I'll tell you the next time I make a big bet, I'm going to meet one of the refs. Because the refs, if you pay off the zebras, the zebras, you know what the zebras are, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, you pay off a zebra $1,000. You're going to get a couple of holding calls. You realize holding calls, you could get a holding call from anything and say, oh, yeah, he held. But then you'll see a holding call where it was so obvious and they don't call it. So why? Why? I don't know. All right, so the Ravens at... Oh, wait, we didn't do the Eagles. The Eagles at the Commandos. Gave me the Eagles last week. That was one of my 13 winners. I'm going to take the Eagles again over the Commandos. -6.5, though. Watch out for that. 47. Yeah?
I'm going to challenge.
You're not going to go with the swamp. No, not the swamp.
You got me.
You're not going to take the swamp.
I am going to take the swamp.
Oh, no.
I am going to take the
You
swamp.
traitor.
You want to know why?
You're gonna go against the Liberty Bell? Wait a minute. Before you do anything, could you do that commercial, the Bella Beans,
Oh, yeah, I forgot the hats. Oh, it doesn't matter, though.
Yeah.
I'm making a coffee. I'm pouring the coffee. I spilled the coffee.
What do you...
Oh, no.
Oh, anyway, what a credit. Eagles at the Swamp. We're taking the Eagles, but the -6.5 is standard. All right, the Ravens at the Patriots. We got 12 minutes, so we got to go a little fast. And then, we got the Coney Island song. Could you play a version of that? My Coney Island song for... Take a ride down Coney Island, a place where you could have so much fun. I wrote this for Coney Island. Well, I wrote it for Coney Island. Coney Island, a place of history. Sing it, everybody! Don't let the summer go by. Summer go by. Ride the Coney Island ride. Don't let the summer go by. Ride the Coney Island ride. Yeah. Ride the cycle. The Wonder Wheel. Watch the man. By and by. Bye-bye, everybody. No, we got a lot more show. We took in the sun. Have some fun in the sun. All right, we'll give them the rest of the song later, right? But that's my new Coney Island song. It's a big hit. It's gonna come out soon. I don't know when, but it's gonna come out soon. When we're playing it on the networks and stuff, people will like it.
You make me want to go to Coney Island tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
Seriously.
Well, we're gonna do a big video Coney Island, so we'll get people to come. You know, they dress up wild and funky. We'll put them on video.
Sweet.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
You're gonna see some of the high parts.
Yep.
In the middle part, and that's it. And
Ride the Coney Island ride.
there you go.
Okay.
Wow. You go on, if you're on the Ferris wheel, you'll be spinning. All right. Ravens at the Patriots. The Ravens. You know what? I'm taking the Patriots. I don't know why I'm going with the Patriots.
Absolutely.
All right, the Bengals at the Jets.
Woo!
The Jets are at home, everybody. Get your green outfits on and start doing the jet walk. Remember, when you go to the stadium, they do the jet thing. With the jet, they fly like a jet. You know, and then you got Fireman Ed out there. Fireman Ed said, who's gonna take him to the Super Bowl? Mark Sanchez. Where is Mark Sanchez now? Who's he playing for? He's playing for New York. All right, so the Bengals at the Jets, minus the 5. I'm taking the Jets again. Go to the bank, everybody, on that one. 45, go to the bank. Brian, where are the jerk-offs? They didn't come up yet. Yeah, get the jerk-offs up. There's the jerk-off, the Northern jerk-offs right there. And they're a team that Brian puts up every time I talk about the Jets. The Jets, Bengals are not playing good, and they were a Super Bowl team. I think they lucked out a little bit getting to the Super Bowl last year. I think the Zebras had a little, with the pandemic and everything, they were throwing flags like crazy, like their laundromat was going berserk. All right, so we're taking it. Saints at the Panthers, minus the 3. Saints at the Panthers. Who do you like in this game? All right, I'm taking I'm going to take the Panthers. Mike from Bella Beans likes the Panthers, so we're gonna hold them to this one. Taking the Panthers, big. The Rams at the Cardinals. The Ram Riders at the Cardinals, everybody. The Cardinals look like they could upset the Rams this week, All right. You know what? I'm going to take the Cardinals. How about that? Come on at the end and maybe win or lose by 1 point. Cardinals. All right. The Jaguars +7 at the Chargers. This is a monster game right here. I think I'm going to take the Chargers are +7. Wow. You know what? I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Jaguars looked good last week. You know? Yeah, I'm going to take the Jaguars. Anyway, the Packers at the Buccaneers. This is another big game this week, everybody. The Packers at the Buccaneers. Who do you like? Brady and the scary lady. Looks like they're on a roll here. And they're at home. They're in Miami. Oh, my God. There she is. That ain't Drag Me to Hell. Oh, Teresa wants to see Drag Me to Hell. There she is. All right, Teresa, that goes out to you. Buccaneers for Halloween. Halloween, thank God Halloween's not here yet. Buccaneers. All right, Buccaneers at the Packers. I'm going to take an upset here, take the Packers. Be warned, though. Be warned because the gunslinger, he could be on and off if they mess him up. But the defense looks really good on the Packers, and the Buccaneers are good. So it's going to be a close game, under, big, and Packers. Packers and under. Take it to the bank. Falcons plus 2 at the Seahawks. Falcons at the Seahawks. I'm taking the Falcons again here. I'm taking the Falcons big here. I have a feeling the Falcons are going to run them down big. So I'm taking the Falcons in a blowout. 49ers at the Broncos. The Broncos, I didn't see much of the Broncos, but I know they play good at home. And the 49ers, they're Super Bowl contenders if they get hot, you know. I'm going to take, you know what? In this game, the Broncos. I didn't even see what you put up, but she's been lucky with me. She has an intuition. What do you call it?
Yeah, intuition, good.
Right. All right, so I'm going to take the Broncos. Cowboys at the Giants on Monday Night Football, everybody. Monday night. Who do you like in this game? Monday Night Football. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm not sure about that.
Are we having a disagreement?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think I'm going to go with the Giants for a big upset here. They very rare though that they do win 3 in a row, but it's tough. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're leaning towards.
I'm with the Cowboys.
You're going with the Cowboys.
All
right. So we got a little disagreement here. I'm going to take the Giants. All right. So we got this. In this game, we got the Browns. In the Texas Bears game, we got the Bears. In the Raiders-Titans game, we got the Raiders. The Chiefs over the Colts, we got the Chiefs. The Lions at Vikings, we got the Lions. The Bills at the Dolphins, we got the Dolphins. Big. Eagles at the Commandos, we took the Eagles. Watch that 6.5 scares me, but I took the Eagles. Ravens at the Patriots. The Patriots, we took the Patriots in this game for some reason, but they're home. Bengals at the Jets. We took the Jets in a big upset. Saints at the Panthers. We took the Panthers, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Rams at the Cardinals. I took the Cardinals. At the Jaguars at the Chargers. I took the Jaguars. Packers at the Buccaneers. I took the Packers. Falcons I took over the Seahawks. 49ers. I took the Broncos in that game over the 49ers. And the Monday night game, you know what I like, and you know what Raquel likes. And that's it. Brian, do you want to do that song, you song? She just learned the song, Raquel, and she's going to do a little version of my you song. It's a beautiful song, and you can hear her voice. She really is an unbelievable singer, and she sings it with such passion, the song. So I'm going to have her sing a little bit, see how she feels. It's good practice, too.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the show, everybody. Staten Island.
Waiting for the lyrics to come up.
We love you. The lyrics didn't come up. The lyrics, Brian. I don't see them. Oh, the paper? I don't know where. Is this it? Here we go.
Let's do it again.
Do it again. Do it again. Okay, do it again.
From the top.
On Fred's Football Picks. Rachel's going to sing my song called You.
I need my
It's
glasses.
a big hit.
Here we go.
It is a big hit.
It is.
After the rainfall, you kissed me and said, I was the one who would let you love again.
was an original song I wrote, and Raquel, I think that fits your song.
Thank you. I can't wait to see
We're going to record in the studio. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great week of football. Tonight, like I said, I'm going with the Brown Noses, the Browns. You got to get 4.5, but give it. Give it all, everybody. 4.5. We'll see you next week, everybody. We love you. Raquel, Freddie, Brian directing tonight. And let's
get that Coney Island going,
get
baby.
the Coney Island song going.
Thank you.
All right, Kick the Coney Island is another original song I wrote, Coney Island. Take the ride. I think it's going to go out with the song.
September 22nd, 2022. Staten Island Community Television.
Our next guest,
Yes.
Miranda Panda.
Is Adam Chandler.
All right.
Adam, where are you from?
I am from New Jersey. I grew up in a town called Livingston, the home of Jason Alexander, George Costanza, and Chelsea Handler. And I live in Orange, which is the former home of Rascals Comedy Club, one of the classic, now defunct comedy clubs.
That was the best.
Yeah, that's where I used to sneak in and learn comedy.
That's some interesting facts that you got
No,
there.
you didn't ask for it, but I gave you anyway.
No, but it's interesting. I like it. What got you into comedy? Was it that rich culture around you?
Which was the bouncer at Rascals who would sneak me in and have me hang out in the back and watch up and coming and name comics, and I just fell in love with the whole atmosphere.
You know, one of my managers for many years was one of the managers at that Rascals
Wow.
Comedy Club. Yeah, her name was Linda Cork.
Linda Cork. Okay. Craig Miner was my track coach and bouncer, so it's a good thing Rascals is not around because he would have gotten fired for sneaking in.
And who is your favorite comedian?
So I've got a Mount Rushmore. Dennis Miller is actually one of my favorites. I have to look up everything he says, but just something about cerebral comedy. Eddie Murphy, the Eddie Murphy comedian and Delirious tapes I wore out over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Billy Crystal and George Carlin. That was my Mount Rushmore.
Wow, nice. Great Mount Rushmore.
There's a lot of difference in some of their styles.
Yeah.
You know, look at Eddie Murphy's Raw, and then look at who was that? The first.
Well, you had Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Yeah,
So look at Dennis
White
Miller.
Album.
Yeah, look at Dennis Miller, and then Raw on the other side. Wow.
Yeah.
You got a wide range.
Well, it's like music, right? People have eclectic tastes in music. I think you can have eclectic tastes in comedy.
And where can they find you?
So my Instagram is at adam.d.here, as in here. I also co-host a podcast called Bad to the Dad, where we interview dads of all shapes and stripes and sizes. So at Bad to the Dad is our Instagram, and my Facebook is Adam D. Chandler.
Wow, that is freaking awesome. You got
to market, right? You got to run yourself like a business.
Yes.
Exactly.
You got a set for us tonight?
I can put something together in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll do it.
I look at Freddie, and all I can think of is, let's make Freddie great again.
He likes that.
Well, if I knew there were going to be so many people here, I would have brought my T-shirt cannon. Everybody loves free underwear being shot from a plastic tube, right? The other day I was at a sporting event and I saw a constitutional lawyer say, "Get out of my way, pregnant woman. I have to have that T-shirt that says, 'Let's go Devils.'" Those are the same people that get excited when they know which hat the ball is under in the Jumbotron shell game. It's a different world. I don't get it. So, very nice. Great to be here in Staten Island. I have driven through here many times. Great to actually park the car. Speaking of parking and driving, big news for my family, and I thought I would wait till tonight to tell all you fine people.
All right.
My wife and I are adopting.
Woo!
We're adopting a highway. Apparently that's something you can do. Just like Madonna goes to Africa and adopts 5 kids, you can adopt a stretch of roadway. So we have an adorable section of the New Jersey Turnpike. Mostly the Newark exits because we're woke. Woke-ish. I'm looking to develop a relationship bond with my highway. So the other day I went out to the turnpike and I took a ball and I rolled it out to the highway, hoping my highway would roll the ball back. It did not, but that's okay. Maybe it's not into sports. It's all right. But as I was rolling my ball out into the highway, people were honking and screaming at me, saying, "Stop throwing crap out into the highway." And I said, "Maybe you just don't understand the bond that an adoptive father needs to have with his highway." They'll learn. Very excited about developing this relationship with my highway. I'm just a little nervous because I feel like when my highway turns 18, it's going to want to meet its biological highway. I don't know if I can handle that kind of trauma. So I am a dad, and I don't know if that's an achievement or not. It seems like anybody can do it these days. But I am a dad. I love being a dad, but getting very, very nervous because kids are so much smarter than they were at my age. And it has nothing to do with the electronics, even though we call my kids the IT department in the house. But the other day I played Scrabble with my son. And he beat me at Scrabble by the whopping margin of 225 points. Now, my kid is not a genius, so you might be wondering, how did my 13-year-old son beat me, a man of clearly elevated intellect and a way with words, by the whopping margin of 225 points? Here's how a 13-year-old beats you at Scrabble by that margin. When your son, your 13-year-old son, pulls the letters to open up the game with groins, you are not going to win at Scrabble. And he didn't stop there. Building on the S in groins, it was turds, followed by the word farter. Not fart, but farter, as if it's an occupation. Triple word sword. I said, "Son, I got to call you out on that. I don't think it's a real word." He said, "Dad, look it up." Sure enough, I did. Thank you, Webster's, for encouraging the Prepubescent Society of America.
Staten Island Comedy Show on Channel 79 Spectrum right now.
What letters I got? I got vowels. And not all the vowels. I got 3 E's, 3 I's, and a U. Do you know what you can spell, Freddie, with 3 E's, 3 I's, and a U?
It's got to be a wine.
Close. You can spell what you're saying when you're having a stroke. Or maybe the next Shakira song. I don't know. But if you thought raising young boys was tough, I'm sure I don't have to tell all of you who have teenage girls. This is a nightmare I could never dream of. So if I seem a little shaken up, if I seem a little off my game, if I seem a little unsturdy, it's because I have Pop 5 Xanaxes, because my 16-year-old daughter just got her permit. And she only wants to drive with Dad. So when the keys jingle, my wife runs to the next area code. It's just me. So now every time we get on the highway, my daughter becomes Sandra Bullock in Speed. But I don't get to be Keanu Reeves. I'm every poor bastard on the bus, hoping that Sandra doesn't go under 50. But in my sad reality, I actually hope Dennis Hopper hits the button and blows the whole thing up. I glad you laughed at that. Usually when I tell that bit, like, oh, Adam, you went dark there. And I say, yeah, but you've never driven with my daughter. Boys are brazen. You know, you have a teenage daughter, you really appreciate, you know, what a scumbag you were as a teenage boy. Boys are brazen. I don't know. You know, when I liked a girl, like back in high school, I had to rehearse for 3 weeks in the mirror.
That now comedy show is on.
You know, think about what I was going to say to her. I'd be like, hello, Jennifer. You look lovely in that ensemble. Those shoes are very pretty. I was wondering if you would like to go out with me for a delicious ice cream treat at the Carvel. Perhaps we could split an ice cream saucer, my treat. I thought by being more formal and polite that I would get more dates, but it actually got me more single. But now these guys, there's really nothing to it. The other day, this guy reached out to my daughter and he said, "You're pretty. Let's get Panera." And he didn't even call her. He texted her. And he didn't even spell Panera right. His autocorrect kicked in. "Oh, I think you're pretty. Let's get some Panther." You look like a girl who might like a large black jungle cat. Come on. Oh, goodness. So I know you're all probably wondering, what's it like being named Adam D. Chandler when there's a comedian who does this whole thing perfectly well named Adam Chandler? I've heard of it. I'll tell you what it's like. It is like being the prophet, Jesus H. Christ, during the time of that other guy. But you know what? I think there's enough miracles to go around. You had Jesus, you had the Jesus. Sorry, we'll start with him. You had the Jesus who would turn water into wine. And then you had Jesus H. Christ who would turn water into an effervescent lemon lime soda. That was something for everyone. You had the Jesus who would give sight to the blind and help the limp walk. And then you had Jesus H. Christ who just wanted to cure male pattern balding. A miracle for everyone. Folks, you've been great. My name is Adam D. Chandler. Thank you.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Awesome.
We're really fired up tonight, Fred.
I tell you, he made Adam Sandler proud.
Look good. So, we have another thing. Al, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The book, the cover, the dynamic cover of this book, it was awesome, right? It was a lot of fun. And you were on the virtual show, and I put together a little bit that you were actually, your face was in the microphone head.
Right.
Because the whole cover is your face in the microphone head.
With a cigar.
With a cigar, right. And you are the microphone.
Right.
So if they had that rolling ready.
Well, that's a funny question, Nevin, because we had a couple of different options originally for how we were going to do the front cover. So initially the front cover was going to be what the back cover is now, which is a serious photo of me. For lack of a better word, a pensive shot of me at the dinner table with my family. And then we decided to switch it to something a little funnier, since it is a book about my career in stand-up comedy. So Drew Tessier, who produces a great comedy festival at my club and a monthly gay show at the Broadway Comedy Club, and is a great and very talented graphic artist, came up with the design. He also wound up designing the cover for my wife's soon-to-be-released book as well. So he came up with something that incorporated my signature cigar, which I usually smoke, as well as comedy, the microphone head, and my picture. And it came out, and a lot of people loved it, and that's really how it got started.
Okay. Jody Oliver, our next guest is...
Yes. Peter Glitz Waxman.
Hi.
How are you? And Peter, how did you get into comedy?
I used to have a top secret security clearance in the Pentagon, and I made a dare with another engineer that I could keep the generals awake.
Oh. Okay.
It didn't work.
Well, what do you believe sets you apart from other comedians?
Social distancing.
And while you were performing, did you have any funny bloopers?
Other than silence?
Or crickets.
What's your favorite comedy TV show?
Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Yeah.
And where can we find you on Facebook or?
Yeah, Facebook, LinkedIn. I have my own website. I'm on Instagram, Glissworks.
Glissworks.
My ex-wife's lawyer.
Any shows coming up?
I have used the last set I did from the Staten Island Comedy Show to audition for several comedy festivals, so I will certainly keep you guys posted.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good. And do you have a set for us?
I do. Went to Staten Island. I'm actually from Staten Island, or as most people from Staten Island would say, Staten Island, sorry. I mean, just saying the word Staten Island, you feel like you're in confession and you're admitting to tax fraud. Yeah, but I'm actually, it's all about a positive spin. I'm from the South Shore of Staten Island, so, you can smile when you say a lot of things when you're describing the South Shore of Staten Island, like Lemon Creek, Wolf's Pond Park. Think about the North Shore of Staten Island. Watching! I graduated from Monsignor Farrell High School in 1980, so I grew up on Staten Island in the 1970s. It's a much different world today. Like, if you wanted to meet, I went to an all-boys Catholic high school. If you wanted to meet women who spoke Spanish on Staten Island in 1978, you had to hang out near the courthouse. It's kind of a strange place. But I recently turned 60 last Tuesday. Thank you. I'd say that I'm dating myself, but at this point it's mostly carbon dating. But I can still do everything I did 40 or more years ago. I still swim. I'm a body surfer. I spent my summer, my birthday weekend at the beach. I still ski in the wintertime. I ride city bike about 800 miles a year. But the only thing I can't do is communicate with younger people. I'm in acting school, which is a whole other story, but every single other student in my acting school is more than half my age. They're in their late 20s. So they invited me out to karaoke night a couple of weeks ago. So I get there, and they're talking about Notorious Big. I thought maybe we were going to film a porn movie. They were asking me about the Killers. I thought maybe there was another school shooting. Finally, this one young woman says, "Do you know that song by Meatloaf?" I was like, "You mean Paradise by the Dashboard Light?" She starts jumping up and down. "Ooh, can we do a duet?" I said, "Yeah, little point of reference. St. George Theater, March 1978. A Meatloaf concert was my first date." And she said, "Well, it's more than 40 years before I was born." That was pretty bad. That was kind of embarrassing. But, I'm okay. I mean, the way I look at it, I try to put a positive spin on things. I'm over 60. I used to drink in old man's bars. Now I drink in bars. I used to date older women. Now I date women. I'm pitching a reality show about my sex life. Antiques Roadshow. I've taken stock of my life. I've had a lot of success, a lot of failure, mainly in comedy. But I'm divorced, thanks. Twice, thanks. So the first time I got married was 1990. Second time I got married was 2012. So I had a lot of time during the pandemic to listen to a lot of music. And it occurred to me, the first time I was married to the band Nirvana. The second time I got married, I was married to the band The Foo Fighters. I listened to a lot of music on Amazon while I was sitting in my apartment during the 5-week lockdown when I couldn't work, and it occurred to me every single song by Nirvana and the Foo Fighters sounds just like both of my marriages. Guitar solo. Take away the guitar solos. That's both of my marriages. My second ex-wife heard me do that set. She called me up. She said, it didn't sound like that. Yes, it did. She said, well, you know, I didn't really want to be your trophy wife. I wanted to be a partner. Why? Dave Grohl was the drummer in Nirvana. He's the leader of the Foo Fighters. He had a partner in Nirvana named Kurt Cobain. You know what he did? He put a gun to his stomach and pulled the trigger. Dave Grohl had a partner in the Foo Fighters named Taylor Hawkins. He was the drummer. You know what he did? He died of a drug overdose. Partnership is not all it's cracked up to be. This is what I'm going to say about relationships. If you're going to, well, don't be in a relationship. If you're going to be in a relationship, don't get married. If you're going to get married, don't have kids. If you have kids, make sure they're criminals. Have you ever heard of a reform school shooting? Maybe I just overthink these things. I'm an engineer. I've always been an engineer. I thought about becoming a mortician because I like sex. When I was a little kid, I told my parents I wanted to study anthropology. My father went apeshit. In graduate school, I took a course in evolution. I felt like a fish out of water. So I went to Catholic school for 12 years, also known as atheist prep. You guys know about Catholics? You touch yourself, you're going to hell. You touch little boys, you're going to Boston.
Oh, man.
Catholics are big on funerals. Personally, I'm going to get cremated. I like to think outside the box. Catholics like pain. You know how much Catholics like pain? They took the Bible and they added more chapters. So I'm a failed actor, thanks. I don't take direction well. I was at a commercial audition. This casting director says, can you be a little more Catholic? I forgave him. Here's the problem with acting. There's the craft of acting, and there's the business of acting. And when you're at school for the craft of acting, you just spend a lot of time making friends that talk about something they can't do, which is act. When you're at school for the business of acting, you hear people talk about things that they don't do, which is earn a living as an actor. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it after 24 years of attempting to do this. Have you guys seen a demonstration of the craft of acting? Now, o'er the one-half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls is watched us with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravaging strides moves like a ghost. You want to see the business of acting? My wife gets my Viagra from Uber Eats. I'm really hoping that I can have a successful career as something other than an engineer. I mean, I live on the Upper West Side. My life is going pretty well, but it's really hard. You know, I do auditions. I'm just hoping this whole thing works out. You know, I'm at that age where you just want things to work out. Yeah. Right? So I won't be getting married a third time. You know, growing up on Staten Island was difficult because I had to take over my parents' house, and they were pack rats, and they lived together over 60 years. Then my dad passed away. My mother was in a nursing home, so I had to take over their house, and I started to clean out the things, and I know we got to sell my parents' house. I get in my parents' basement. First thing I saw was 4,000 tote bags. I cleaned them out. You know what I found underneath? 4,000 more tote bags. After my dad passed away, my mother became very religious. But what we didn't know is that she used to go to the Christmas store to get religious figurines, but it was right next door to the liquor store. She was a high-functioning vodka drunk. So she'd come home with these bags of, like, the baby Jesus, the teenage Jesus, Jesus and Mary, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Have you ever seen the Chia Pet Jesus? You smear mud and seeds on his face. 3 days later, Jesus. But underneath, it was Grey Goose, it was Gilby's, it was Beefeater. So it was so weird when I finally got to the point of, I was looking for my dad's ashes, and there was a cardboard box right next to my mother's bed that said religious figurines. And right next to it was this other cardboard box that says dad's ashes. I opened them both up, and they both had empty bottles of vodka. And I thought to myself, where are my dad's ashes? Probably in a tote bag. You guys have been great. My name is Pete.
Something out.
It's like a bowling alley. They're knocking down those pins.
Knock them down.
So, Al, let me ask you a final question about the book. Now, in the book, what is your overall description of the book that you wrote? Did it on a dare?
I think it talks a lot about my history in comedy and the people I started with, different interactions with them. Some were positive, some were negative. It talks a lot about the golden rules of comedy. You know, I wanted to make the book interesting to both the comedy world and to the general public who might want to buy the book. So obviously you need the celebrities, Sarah Silverman, Jim Gaffigan, Kevin Hart, the chapters on those people and my interactions with them. And then you also I wanted to give some tips to comedians, as we've done some of them tonight, and a lot more than in the book.
Oh, good. So
gotta walk that little line.
Right. So if you get the book, for inspiring comedians, this is very good. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's, you can take all the comedy classes in the world. You could take all the lessons you want, but I think these little golden rules that I give in the book is probably the greatest bargain you're ever going to get in your life.
Awesome. And you're a comedy club owner. You own many comedy clubs in Florida, New York City, a few more than what you have now.
Right. I own the New York Comedy Club, Broadway Comedy Club, Greenwich Village Comedy Club, New York Comedy Club in Boca Raton, Florida. I've managed comedians. I was a comedian. I was on national TV. So there's not an aspect of the business that I haven't really been involved in. So I tried to really give, as my legacy, I wanted to give some of that back because I know what it was like to start as that, young person for the first time in a comedy club doing an open mic and, not getting laughs because everybody's thinking about their material when they go up.
Right.
Do you have any questions?
It's a good book to people will learn. Comedians. It's definitely they got it.
I'm one of the only comedy club owners in New York who's actually a comedian. So
and the experience you have is great.
Yeah, you work.
There's nothing like live. Live. Doing it live and making mistakes and
There's nobody that's going to be able to give people the advice and Scott ends with having been a comic and what comedy club owners look for. Let's face it, the goal of the comedian is to work the rooms, the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So in this book, we discuss what it is I'm looking for in comedians.
Okay, well, that's the end of the show. Great. Thank you, Al, for all that insight, for your professionalism. Thank you, Miranda Panda. Thank you, Jody Oliver. Thank you, Fred Coscia. And Fred Coscia, you're going to roll us out and give some sponsors?
Sponsors, AJC Advisors.
Oriental Plaza.
They're providing bagel and deli.
Providing the food.
How about Bella Beans Cafe?
Bella Beans Cafe.
They provided the crumb cake.
The crumb cake, beautiful crumb cake, and the best coffee.
The crumb cake.
The best coffee in Staten Island.
Come on, everybody.
Beans Cafe.
43rd Street and 8th Avenue.
When you drive, it takes brains. Your whole